friends. I'm Prairie Vintage. My name's Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube, and I use spirit, my intuition, the tarot to communicate energies to you guys, amazing viewers. Merry Christmas for those of you guys watching at the time of this post, although this is a timeless reading, so whenever you come across this video, if the message resonates, then this is certainly a message for you. We're looking at a person here who wants to communicate something to you, and we'll look at who they are and what it is that they want to tell you. Okay, this is kind of an immediate message that pulled through last minute, so I don't know who this could be, but keep an open mind because it could be someone you're not expecting to hear from. All right, and hopefully we have a good indication of who this person is in that pile, and if it isn't anyone you're recognizing, then it's most likely not your pile. Okay, so clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of the collective here. Let's pick 3 cards for you guys to give us an indication as to what this is all about. Hopefully we get the characteristics of this person, but it might just be a situation pulling through here. Okay, so first card, and I'll reveal these shortly to you guys. At any point you're drawn to your card, you can select from the timestamp, which I'll put in the description box and in the pinned comment below, option number 2, and third pick option for you guys right there. All right, so let's take a look. Option number 1, you guys have the 6 Pentacles. Option number 2, you guys have the 8 Pentacles. And option number 3, you guys have the Ace of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. Pentacle, Pentacle, Pentacle City. So if you're drawn to multiple piles, could be multiple people, could be same person, multiple messages. It could be your own high self coming through. Could be spirit. It could be someone who has crossed over. I don't know. I just read energy. Okay, so don't box yourself into an idea of who this could be, but certainly if the information isn't resonating with someone that you know or situation, then it's most likely not your pile, and there's no need to make it fit. Okay, so 3 options, and I will see you guys at your pick. For those of you guys new to tarot, tarot is not used to predict the future. Tarot is reflecting back to you, your subconscious. So how you can tap into this energy is to allow your intuition to resonate with the messages being communicated to you. This could be something that is pulling through with signs, symbols, synchronicities through your everyday life, through dreams, and just a deep knowing, okay, coming from the divine. If this is something that sounds new to you, then it's most likely not your message, and sometimes the messaging comes through quite exaggerated in order for me to tap into that energy. So it's up to you to determine how, on what scale that energy sits. Okay, so if it's quite prominent here and it's exaggerated, then it might be on a lower, more toned down scale, depending on your situation or this person that we're tapping into. So use tarot responsibly. Okay, do not make life decisions based on a YouTube reading here. Use your own intuition, and of course your own connection to the divine to make decisions. Okay, this reading is intended to help you develop your intuition, to confirm what you already know, and if you are not resonating, there's no need to stick to that pile. Okay, and it's absolutely okay to go check out another pile, and it's absolutely okay not to resonate with any message here, because this is really an immediate, right here, right now, message in regards to who needs to hear this from someone wanting to reach out to them. Okay, for whatever reason they haven't been able to tell them. So that's what this reading is about, beautiful people. We're using the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck for the tarot. And then for the oracle cards, we will be using these right here, which I'll go through. Dream Visions Tarot. And finally, the Spirit's Animal Oracle. All right, beautiful people. I will see you guys at your pick. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 1. You guys picked the 6 Pentacles. And I have pre-shuffled Oracle cards. I've not looked at these. We'll lay these out and see who this person is pulling through. Yeah, let's do that before we get into who this is in the message. So we have the Kiss number 60, or the number 6. 6 is the Lovers in the Tarot, Gemini energy pulling through. We have Breath, number 36, or the number 9. So we have Hermit energy, Virgo energy pulling through. We have Rejection. And we have Dilettante. It says, light attributes, delights in the arts without having to be a professional, alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. Shadow attribute, pretension to much deeper knowledge than you actually possess. And we have Macaw, celebrate the power of expression. And we have Snake. So we have some earth energy and also some water here. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We have the Vulture, some air. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And we have the Dove, will bring you peace. And we have the Red Wolf. This canine from North America takes its name from the tawny color of its coat. Smaller and lighter than the gray wolf, it lives in packs and hunts small mammals by night. And by the late 1970s, it had virtually disappeared in the wild. It has been reintroduced into North Carolina, USA, and now has a population of about 150 individuals. So some of you guys might resonate with North Carolina here. Also, we have the 1970s, which could be a birth year of someone here. We have the moose, the great deer, lives in the forests of North America and Northern Europe. The male is twice as heavy as the female and has flattened fan-shaped antlers, which it drops in autumn. Thanks to its splayed hooves, it can swim and walk in mud and snow without sinking. Its wide muzzle allows it to graze on aquatic plants by plunging its head into the water completely. Put that there. And we have Friend with the rabbit and the one candle here, which always gives me the Ace of Wands energy. And we have the Condor, more bird energy pulling through. So bird is air, it's heavy air energy. It says you're too enmeshed in the situation, so step back and see the bigger picture before making any decisions or taking action. Okay, and then we have the Dolphin. This and that are true. Number 20 or the number 2. 2 is all about making decisions, balance, choices, duality. It could be masculine, feminine energy. And we have 38 or the number 11, 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. So the 4th chakra is the heart chakra. Okie dokie. Beautiful people. I was going to, and I think I still am going to put some tarot at the same time here. If I could fit it. So we can get everything sort of out here and then communicate who this is and what it is that they're trying to communicate to you. Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good. A beautiful pile number 1. Look at that. No guidebook. Replacement card. Okie dokie. We caught a Fugazi. And mix the shuffle here. Spirit, clear and concise message. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 1. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, pile 1, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time, and whoever this is that is wanting to pull through here to communicate to you a message. that just had to be delivered today for some reason. So let's see, why is there urgency on this message? Because I do feel all three messages were coming through as something that needed to be communicated today, or else it would have just pulled through tomorrow. But no, Queen of Cups went flying in reverse. So Queen of Cups is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I do feel one more, two more, okay. And we have the Emperor. My goodness. Aries energy. So we have 6 cups in reverse. And we have the Magician, Virgo, Gemini energy, which definitely pulled up here. So we had Gemini and Virgo here. Interesting. Yeah, it doesn't have to be this person's placements, although I am getting communication from Gemini and Virgo because that's Mercury energy, and we have the Magician, Strength, which is a Leo, and the Knight of Cups, and we have the 5 cups in reverse and the Devil. Okay, now we see the urgency here going on. Interesting. What's under the Emperor? Then the King of Pentacles. Wow, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Okay, beautiful people. Somebody in your life here who has a difficult time with expression, and I don't know why it's so urgent that this comes today, but I think it's because this person has been very blocked when it comes to communicating with you their authentic feelings and expressing themselves towards you. And I think this person feels really, really bad here. And I'm wanting to come out of this because I think that this person has made you feel rejected, has potentially rejected you by not delivering to you in a balanced way of showing or reflecting back to you maybe what you've given to this person. This person feels like you've been sort of settling or making do with their way of behaving here. Okay, and I think that they want things to be okay between you and this person. This person might have acted as though you guys are just sort of friends here on some sort of platonic level, but I feel like there's a lot more going on beneath the surface here with this Dolphin and this this Knight of Cups, okay, and even this Emperor. So I feel like for some of you guys, you might have completely backed away or removed yourself from this person's world because things have been not distributed equally, or this person hasn't shown you or communicated. This person really wants you to know they've been working on releasing an old part of themselves here. And it's the part of them that was pretending that they were either very aloof or sort of not caring, or that they had less feelings here is really what I see. But there's a need to come back to you, to express to you in regards to what has happened and transpired between you guys up until now. And I feel like this person won't let it go and doesn't want to let it go. So there's like what's happened in the past needs to be addressed. I want to go back and communicate with you about why things have been the way they have been in the past. And there's also an energy here that why this person has been in this way. And I do feel like this person has always been somebody who's been challenged with expressing themselves. I feel there's a lot of deep love here, and I don't know that this person was able to communicate and express from a heartfelt place in the past. And I feel like this person has struggled with this. There's been a lot of challenge when it comes to this person connecting to their emotions and specifically expressing their emotions, and then making shit happen with their emotions. So I feel like it was blocked very early, with them sort of either denying, pretending, or suppressing and keeping you as a friend, or like they were disinterested here. But I feel like there is a desire to express and engage and make things right. I don't feel this person can move on or has moved on. I feel like this person's invested a lot of time in working on releasing things that were not working for them, which I feel has been something that's they've carried, like I said, all their life or since childhood. So you bring this intimacy and this connection to this person that I feel this person isn't able to put into words. And I also feel this person wants you to know that they want to take some sort of action here. They want to let you know in a way of expression. I don't know necessarily that this person knows how, and I feel they're still working this out, but they do know that this makes them feel bad. So I feel this person's more of a doer, and this person wants to take some form of action. And maybe it's not necessarily going to come through in words, but it does involve commitment. It does involve something in regards to a long-term security or stability that they want to show you, that they are reliable or dependable here, and that what you've invested with this person over some period of time has not been forgotten and has not gone to waste, and it is something that they want to show you. So this person feels like, yeah, like they might have made you feel rejected, or they might have turned you down in some way by their inability to communicate. And so I feel like if you've stepped away or made distance between you and this person feels sort of out in the cold. And there's a replaying memories of you guys connecting on some way here, that this person wants to bring life back into this connection or wants to bring renewed energy. So if you are still sort of involved with this person, it's like, I want to give this life and a new life, because we see the spark here in this breath. So this person feels like either things have been very stale or stuck. And so I've had time to shed the part of me here that was frozen or like hindered because of my lack of ability to communicate. But I feel like this person's inability to communicate, aside from connecting to their emotions in a way here that's healthy, is a big part of how they would appear creating something here. Because I feel like this person felt like if they were to express themselves, there's a lack of understanding on how to develop something more secure, stable in the long term. And so I feel like there might be a lack of confidence in themselves and knowing that they have what it takes here to develop something healthy. So their understanding here is, I'm not, I don't know, capable, or don't have the courage, or I don't want to be rejected. And so there's this ego that gets in the way of either I'm not good enough to know that I'm capable of creating something with you because of this unhealthy understanding I have of how I can engage in love. And also, if you were to not like how I show myself here, then I would sort of be foolish in some way. So I feel like this person was really, really held back and is really wanting to express to you through a way of action that you can rely on this person. I feel like this person has been engaged with you in some level here to feel your emotions, but I feel they've been either really cold or very not able to reflect or react in any sort of way here to you. I do feel this person has been, yeah, like what's really coming through with this wolf is like a lone wolf, like just sort of separate or independent here, doing their own thing, and at times maybe very protective, and could have reacted or responded in certain ways here that might have made you feel like this person was very defensive or was protecting or guarding themselves. And so, yeah, I feel like there is a rebirth of sorts here this person wants to have. So if you're not talking to this person, I feel this person wants to come forward with some form of a reconciliation. And I feel like whether the this and that are true, we're going to look at this because I'm not 100% certain what this means, because let's see, Spirit, with this dolphin spirit, because dolphins are all about compassion, and we do have the Queen of Cups here in reverse. So it's almost like, even though I've not showed you how I feel, my feelings are still deep here, but I don't know. Let's see. What is this? This and that are true in regards to pile one's person here. I feel like this person is fairly similar to you, you know, and I feel like this person's challenge, no, I don't feel those are right. Their challenge, they really wanted to reflect back to you your energy. I feel this person might put you on a pedestal, and it's like, I wanted to up my level of investment here in you and show up for you. And I have not, because I lacked the ability or the tool or the confidence in myself to know how to, I would pull this off. But there's a lot of love here, very deep, but it was stunted or stuck here to the point where you might have felt rejected or unloved by me. And so this unhealthy way of engaging here has left me feeling very saddened by my actions. And now that I've been able to see from a greater perspective here, it's like I want to take action, is really, I want to wait for the perfect time to take action. And I think this person wants to bring you peace, because I feel this person feels like they disappointed you. Look at that flying away. Temperance. Yeah, the balance needs to be restored through the healing and showing up on the same level to create something, because this is both sides sort of showing up in a way to create some form of balance and synergy. But if one side is not ready or ingredient to mix with the other side, we don't create harmony. So we have Sagittarius energy, the Hermit coming out, Virgo again. So I've had time to reflect and think. Yeah, this is a highly spiritual card as well. So there's like really tapping into this. Ace of Pentacles. Things were stunted from growing here. So like I said, the Ace of Pentacles is a reliable, long-term, solid, committed, dedicated energy of someone here that you could build with. And the Ace of Pentacles is the beginning of this. So I think something wasn't formalized or something wasn't planted in the Pentacle realm, the Tower. Yeah, and this made me have to look at deconstructing something here. And I feel like it's this illusion I built up of what I told myself had to be who I was. And who I was someone incapable, someone who was held back, someone who didn't feel a certain way. And so this Tower is something that I've been reflecting on having to deconstruct, because it's not true and it got in the way of this manifestation. Yeah, I want to tell you, I have a new understanding about this, and I'm starting to understand and see clearly. And I see clearly here that it takes two. And I see clearly here that it was stunted because I wasn't able to match or reflect back to you. And so we couldn't plant the seed. I understand now, or I'm starting to understand, it has to take the first sort of real thing here in order for something to establish. And that part of that equation is me. And so having this realization has created some sort of I don't know, like part of my world to come falling down, like an illusion that I've built of myself or understood of myself. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, I didn't try at all. And maybe some of you guys gave up on this person or are on the verge of giving up. Like, I'm no longer wanting to invest here with you because there hasn't been a pentacle. And so I've been giving and giving and giving, and now I've given up, or I just don't see the results here of continuing down this road because it's been very thin when it comes to any sort of benefit here in investing energy, time, and effort into something here that maybe they feel they shortchanged you in some way with their lack of effort. Ace of Wands, yeah, they didn't pursue you. And so now it's like, here's the wand and it's lit, and here the wand is sort of the same energy. I didn't chase the fire, or I put out this wand, or pretended or hid the wand. I didn't stoke that fire. Six of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, I'm going from, after reflecting and understanding spiritually here what the problem is, I understand now that it was imbalance, and I understand that I wasn't contributing in a pentacle realm. And so in order for things to get balanced, have to come up to your level here and give in an equal way. So this person wants to tell you they want to show up. They want an Emperor here. Yeah, King of Wands. I didn't pursue. I didn't show passion. I didn't show interest. And also this Strength card with this King of Wands. It's like I held back because my fear of rejection, potentially, of not being able to understand or confidently see how I could make something happen here with you in the Pentacle realm. Like there's a lot of Pentacle realm energy here, which is I didn't have what it takes, know how to offer you something to your level to solidify or have the confidence in myself to have a vision of securing what this would be. I felt like I was lacking a lot of substance or no fruit for you here. And so I didn't try because I couldn't see that vision. But I also downplayed my passion. And I might have had to humble myself with the Hermit on top of this King of Wands. It's like my ego was getting in the way and feeling like maybe I'd be rejected if I communicated to you and expressed myself. But now my understanding is because I did not do this, we were not healing or we were not balanced. And so therefore it resulted in either you pulling away or I foresee you pulling away here, feeling left out, feeling rejected, and feeling like I'm not stepping up here. So I want to show you in way of Emperor. Knight of Swords. Yeah, I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to come forward. I want to confront this where I was held back. So I feel this person is going to come forward. But I feel like with that Knight of Wands, I feel it is expressed through action is really what I feel. I don't necessarily know that they're going to iron out a lot of the details, although pages are communication, same with Magician. But I feel like it's like I want to communicate to you my understanding through way of action with the Emperor by writing things and by bringing things back to balance where they've been imbalanced, by showing you in the Pentacle realm, because that's where I lacked the confidence and where there was a lie, because I feel like the lie was me saying that I had less desire, or less love, or less feelings here, or did not want to pursue you. So this sounds like sounds like what they wanted to tell you here. You should know who this person is. I feel they wanted to bring peace here to this connection by showing you. But I am getting another energy from this pigeon. So what should we... Let's pull another tarot just to see what this pigeon's about. Pigeons are kind of annoying because they keep shitting all over the place. So, I don't know, was this person like full of shit? You know, like did they just, I don't know, they feel like shit, or they just kept shitting on the situation in some way, and it's like bring peace. What's this pigeon all about? 3 Cups, reconciliation, the Death card, Scorpio, and the 2 Cups, Temperance again. So 6 Swords. I feel like this person, and then the 6 Pentacles yet again in reverse. Yeah, okay, well, it's the pigeon here, bring peace to a situation where this person might have had some other energy up in the mix. I chose something else here. And it could have been I chose to, you know, just reject you and be independent and be a lone wolf here. But the third energy here was something that got in the way of me allowing myself to be honest and release what was potentially unhealthy with the devil here. And so I kept things very stuck between you and I, and they weren't progressing, and it was very difficult. And so we might have stayed in 5 Swords for quite some time. And it was like why I couldn't release that 3rd cup, or that energy of not being able to get to 2 cups with you. So I kept things really light with that friend. You know, I kept you in friend zone, or I kept things like not deep, or I didn't allow you to get deep with me. And so I'd cut it off, or I had to release that sort of energy that didn't allow us to come together, to work together with 2 Cups. And 2 Cups is stepping up in order to show a balanced give and take, and a flow between two people. You know, it's the card of harmony, and temperance is healing, balance, and I do feel is also talking about the length of time. So this would be somebody that you've been invested in for quite some time. Even though we see this not trying or giving up energy, I feel it was your person not putting forward the energy that they're saying here that you're deserving of. You know, I let this other thing that got in the way of us progressing get in the way of me showing up to your level. And so I do feel like this person has done some healing, or at least there's a recognition here, a beginning understanding, because I've gone within to see a greater truth, and I don't want things to be stuck here. So yeah, they're going to come forward, I feel, here with the Emperor energy. So let's just pull and see what's next then. Is this person actually going to come forward with some communication or some action, or what? I do see the action here as being the Emperor and that King of Pentacles, but I don't necessarily know that there's going to be words expressed. And it's like I had to risk maybe being either rejected or accept something about myself in order for me to trust moving forward. So let's see, what's the next sort of move or action pile one's person, this person I'm tapped into, going to take here? The Tower. So the Tower's fallen. We see the eye, the intuition eye, which is giving me a lot of the spiritual energy, because my intuition tells me I have to deconstruct the false. And the false is that mask I was putting up, or telling you one thing, by way of showing you one thing, but the truth is underneath all this mess. Yeah, King of Pentacles coming out again. Look, it even wanted to cover itself up. Reliable, dependable. This is a long-term stable energy from someone who might have been flaky or irresponsible. Knight of Swords, take action and confront this part that I wasn't able to do. Maybe it was someone who was unable to commit. Yeah, because of my reflecting Virgo energy, the Hermit, and then we got more Virgo here, Taurus, Capricorn, 2 swords. I was indecisive. I didn't choose you. I was stuck with the 3 cups. And so I sat on the fence, or I didn't decide. I wasn't clear with you. And it was because I had to release something that was 3 cups or my comfort zone, and that held back energy. I had to embrace this through a way of reflection and allowing this tower to fall. I feel like this person's coming suddenly. I do feel it's a sudden, because I've had this realization, and look, the Ace of Wands. So this person's going to take action, movement towards you with the Ace of Wands. It's like sudden. It's going to be expressed, I feel, through action. I don't feel it's going to be words. I feel like this person's getting out of the comfort zone, getting out of indecision, and breaking out of some sort of illusion here with the Devil by deconstructing a belief or an understanding, or realizing their ego really got in the way of them being held back and hanging on to something that didn't support this connection. You get out the 5 swords. So either you guys got into an argument, or they foresee there being conflict between you and this person if they maintain that energy. And so I feel they want to become this King of Pentacles through time. I feel there's been lots of time too. So, beautiful angel, this is your reading, pile number 1. I hope this resonated. I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 2, you guys picked the 8 Pentacles, and I've pre-shuffled oracle cards. I've not looked at them. Let's put these out before we start to tap into this energy. Although 8 of Pentacles is the work card, it was coming in reverse, but let's see. We have the Castle. So this is card number 43. 43 could be a significant number, could be an age, or the number 7. 7 is faith, wisdom, reflection, understanding. 7th house is about relationships, contracts, partners, sharing. Okay, we have the Sun, divine masculine energy, Aries energy, Leo energy. 1 is all about new beginnings, potential opportunities. We have service, more orange. So orange could be sacral chakra. Service, okay. We have teacher, light attributes, ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. Shadow attributes, manipulating or abusing students, teaching, negative traits, and destructive skills. Okay, and then we have the Black Jaguar, claim your spiritual power. Wow. Okay, and then we have the Wolf, So this is Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. Getting a lot of earth and fire here. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have fish. Now we got some water. So fish could be somebody who is of the Christian belief or religion here with the fish coming through, but that's only for some of you guys resonating. The badger will advise you to fight back. More earth energy. Black and white's giving me yin yang energy. And we have the coyote. Wow, the coyote can be found from Alaska to Costa Rica, equipped with great adaptation skills. It is sometimes even found in large cities. This canine is identified by its pointy ears and black nose at the end of its snout. Its poor visual acuteness is compensated by a highly developed sense of hearing and smell. Okay. Coyote, wolf. Wow. And we have the Siberian tiger. Look at that. The tiger, this tiger, found mainly in Russian Far East, is the largest feline in the world. Its fur is thicker and longer and lightens in the winter to blend into the snow background better. Its powerful muscle structure makes it capable of performing 11 meters or 36 feet long jumps and reaching peak speeds of 50 kilometers an hour, which is 30 miles per hour. However, this formidable predator still misses its prey 9 times out of 10. Oh, so divine feminine energy here with the Siberian tiger and black jaguar as well. Wow. Feminine, masculine. I was getting the black and white. The yin yang, masculine, feminine energy. That's interesting. We got jellyfish, which is giving me this fish energy. Jellyfish don't have bones. They're kind of spineless, a little bit without a direction potentially. And we have more tiger energy. What the heck? You're being called to provide leadership, to trust that you're capable of doing so. Okay. And we have door to personal healing and happiness, 34, or the number 7. So 7 is, like I said, faith, wisdom, reflection, understanding. 7's chariot energy, which is Cancer. It's about balance. I'm also seeing the black and the white again, the yin, the yang. 7's also tower energy. And we have ant spirit. Time to collaborate. 1, again, new beginning, potential opportunity. Magician energy as well with the 1. Okay, let me pull some tarot and see what else pulls through here before we start to delve into this message. Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. What is it that this person, and who is this person that wants to come through here with a message for pile 2? What do they want to say to pile 2? Why are they thinking of pile 2, and what is it that they want to communicate right here, right now? Spirit, please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. Thank you so much, Spirit, and thank you so much, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading today with this urgent message that couldn't wait for tomorrow. So what is this all about? What is this all about, Spirit? 4 cups in reverse. 9 cups in reverse. My goodness. The Empress in reverse. Taurus, Libra energy. Ace of Wands in the upright. Does it say the badger will advise you to fight back? My goodness. Okay. And I do feel 2 more before we start to channel. So now we have Empress and we have Emperor energy here with the Sun. Okay. We have the 5 of Swords in reverse, and we have the Hanged Man, Pisces energy in reverse, and we have the King of Swords in reverse, which is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then we have the Ace of Cups. Under Ace of Cups, we have the 6 of Swords in reverse. Okay, let's put that there. Let's put that there. What is going on here? Give me a second here to tap into this energy, you guys. Okay. I think this is from your higher self, and I feel like your person might be in pile 1. That resonates for some of you guys, okay? Because I do feel there's an energy here of someone who might be in one understanding, and I feel it's you. And so your high self is pulling through here with a message. I feel you feel discouraged, like you don't know where something's going. You can apply this to, if you think this is someone else, then go ahead. But I'm going to read it this way because that's how it's coming through. So I feel like it's in regards to a connection here with someone. And so you feel like you're at the mercy of somebody who might be calling the shots here. And so you're waiting on this person to do something here, to maybe show interest or create something with you. And so you feel like they're aimless or things haven't been produced. This person could be somebody who's been very self-focused, who might have been very guarded and protective of their energy. And so your high self is coming through here with delivering a message. And this message is about, there's an understanding you feel rejected, or you feel like you haven't attained emotional happiness in this situation. And there's a big emphasis here on having to go through an understanding of self-worth, and that you're doing a lot of healing, and that you are on the road to walking through an opening here of happiness, and your wishes sort of on this other side of this doorway, which I feel on the inside, which is where you are, there's been rejection, there's been emotional unsatisfaction, there's been not feeling appreciated or loved, there's been an aimless sort of direction, and this lesson here has been one of suffering for the most part. Okay, but there's a need to see things differently, and this is really the message and why it needed to be delivered, because I think we might be falling into some form of story here that's telling us we need to resist or be in a different energy. And Spirit is really showing here through this messaging that you need to connect back to the divine. You need to start seeing something in a different way. And you're being called to lead and be a higher person here with a higher state of consciousness, which is understanding that nothing can be created here in the 3D world that's worthy of being created unless it is coming from the highest state of consciousness here. Okay, so I feel like we're lowering our energy here to the 3D. We might be defensive. We might want to, I don't know, argue with someone or block someone or guard against someone or come to someone's level. And I feel like we keep going back to thinking about, you know, we want to create something and we feel emotionally depleted and we want to, you know, create something. I think you want to create something in the 3D world. But I feel like we're putting a lot of weight, is what your high self here is coming through in the 3D world, and what it is that's actually happening and what you can tangibly put your hands on. And Spirit's taking you back, okay, with this hangman, with this rainbow, and with this claim your spiritual power. There's a need for you to get out of mind and get out of the victim mentality and get out of these thoughts that are creeping in here. Because the door to happiness is you seeing things differently, finding peace within yourself, finding this abundance within self. The boundary really here that you got to create is one within your own mind that keeps creeping in here to tell you to react in a certain way. And I feel like Spirit wants you to know that the only reason why we feel sort of at the mercy of someone else or haven't created is because we keep dropping back down to this level, okay? This level that I feel is pulling you, and it is ego. It really is this mind story that we're having to see for what it is and detach from it and then connect to our intuition and to Spirit. And so it doesn't matter what someone else is sort of doing here, really, because Spirit is saying that the only way we can align the energy here to create and to go through this lesson, really, because I feel like this is a lesson in ascension. This is a lesson in connecting to greater consciousness. This is a lesson in being able to see one's own self-worth and value more than it is about whether we can create something here with someone else. But I feel like this is what it leads us to. And I feel like there is a new beginning once we walk through that door. And the new beginning is going to manifest in the 3D. But we have to take this step. And I feel like this divine feminine energy is really pulling through, because the divine feminine here, which I feel is you, is leading in a way of knowing her self-worth, knowing her value, not being hung up on what's going on in the 3D, birthing a reality here that she wants to see, coming out of any situation here that she might feel victim mentality, sad, or emotionally unhappy because it's all hindering or depending on someone else, or it's hindered because she depends on someone else. And Spirit's saying, no, no one else is going to bring you your happiness. No one else here is going to give you direction and aim. No one else here that you think in the 3D world is going to fulfill you or show you your own value or fill your cups. You're having to move in the direction of connecting with Spirit and finding peace within self by going within to review how you're seeing a situation. Because I feel like right now you might be upset, you know, and so we're very outward focused, and it's saying, no, like within, love thyself, look at thyself, and what is the mind speak here? And are we of service? Because we know when we're not of service and we're trying to take and keep, then this means that we are not in a love state here. We are in a ego state. And so I feel with the orange, talking about sacral chakra, there is, I don't want to use these. What am I doing? I'm going to use these. There is a need to heal something in the sacral here. And that's where there's a lot of blocks when it comes to the chakras in the emotional body, in the energy body here in the sacral, when we aren't really yet in the heart chakra. Okay, we're not yet in the heart chakra, so the only love we know how to do is a love that stems from the mind, stems from fear, stems from more of this the blocked energy here. And I feel like it's more of this doing energy, but Spirit is saying there's nothing to do. There's just connecting to a higher understanding of spirituality so that things can manifest and unfold. So we don't lean in, we don't do more, we don't start blocking or shifting the game or doing whatever. Like, I feel like the lesson here is about spirituality, is about seeing how we're seeing things. So how you'll know this is your pile and your high self is like, what is the self speak? How are we feeling right now? Are we really focused on the fact that maybe we're lacking some direction because someone else is in some sort of guarded energy? And so we've become guarded ourselves, and we're sort of trying to shut someone else or protect ourselves, but we're really still looking at what's going on the outside. Because someone who's connected to their spirituality here is not shut out, and also knows that their future is not dependent on what someone does or doesn't do. And so if you want to be able to do something, it should be because you want to do it. It should not hinder on, you know, expecting anything in return here. And so I feel like there is clarity in the spiritual side. There's clarity in shifting our understanding. Okay, so let's see for pile number 2, what's this message then about coming through here with their high self wanting to communicate to them? The twins. So some of you guys might be on a twin flame journey here with this twins. Okay, this is the lovers in the stack. 10 wands. We've had enough. The death, the transformation, Scorpio energy. So we have Gemini, Scorpio. We've had enough. Straw broke the camel's back. So now I see why there's an urgency here. And we might just had enough. And so we're about to, I don't know, like do some form of action here, I feel. But spiritually saying surrender. Surrender. Release. Okay, release. That's when the transformation happens. Okay, but if we're still unable to surrender, then this destined path, this lesson, this understanding with this person, then is trapped and blocked because we're still in victim mentality. We might still be in ego. We might still be trying to be attached to outcome. We want to make things happen in some way here. Defensive, feeling rejected, feeling emotionally not happy. Okay, 10 Pentacles. So we want some form of long-term commitment or to create something here. 7 Swords in reverse. And so the 7 Swords is about, you know, like something not being revealed or on the up and up. Someone potentially wearing a mask. And in the reverse, it's like the mask falls away or we see something clearly. Yeah, see something clearly. Ace of Swords. Some truth. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. The Devil in reverse. And the 8 Cups. Yeah, and 3 Cups. Okay. Your message is clear. Okay, if you resonate with this. Like I said, not everyone's message. And what Spirit is saying, you're experiencing difficulty with this Ace of Swords. There's adversity here, and you might have been blocked out from the truth. You know, what direction are we going? And maybe you feel like you were lacking boundaries or clarity from someone, or there's something missing from in regards to truth. And you're like, I want the truth. I want the honesty. I want to know. I want things out in the open. I've had enough, and I'm here like about to just, you know, have enough here. Because I think what you want to know is in the 3D what you can build, and whether you can commit or have this long-term plan of building something with someone that you feel needs to come out in the open in the 3D. But I feel like what Spirit's saying is you're depending on the 3D way too much here. This is the unhealthy thing that you're learning about and learning to heal in the sacral, because I feel like there's an attachment here, and it's an unhealthy attachment to how we love, or how we're shown love determines our own self-worth and value. Okay, with the Queen, with the Empress in reverse, and Spirit saying you don't need to depend on the Pentacle. You don't need to depend on anyone here to show you in 3D. This is an unhealthy way of loving, and this is stemmed from a belief you have that's trapped in your sacral in regards to what love means and what you can create, which is limited. And so there's a need to walk away from emotional unhappiness, victim stories, victim mindsets, feeling rejected, by surrendering to the divine here and allowing the divine to roll out what's meant for you will come to you. And so I really feel if you're on a twin flame journey, okay, this is very understandable, because we're pushed to our limit. And I feel like your limit here is about to do something. And so I'm intervening here with your high self, saying don't be rash. And I know this message isn't for everyone. If you want to do what you do, go ahead. But if you resonate with this because you're on the verge of something, you're reacting because you didn't see something in the 3D, this is a lesson of transformation and release and surrender. And so as long as we're still in the 3D trying to create an outcome, so now we're going to take action on something, because we're still attached to that outcome. Whether we're blocking, resisting, fighting, or never talking to this person, or saying something back, thinking we're surrendering, saying, oh, I'm surrendering by doing that. No, we're not. We're responding out of trauma and hurts and blockages. Because when we're totally surrendered, there is no resistance, and there is no attachment and chasing and needing something. We're centered. Okay, we're grounded. So we're open. We're open to give and receive. And right now we're not open to give and receive. We're blocked, and so we feel anger, or we feel hurt or sad or something like this. And so we need to become honest with ourselves and say, am I really coming from a place of love, or am I attaching from a place of attainment, or my desire to have commitment or build something here is really ultimately what I want? And it doesn't matter that this person might be still learning, doesn't matter this person might still be healing, doesn't matter that this person might have other things that this person is working on. So I feel like if your person is coming through with a reconciliation, you might already have some form of understanding, and your high self is coming through here saying, are we seeing clearly, or are we acting from a place of trauma? So there's a need to really look at our own energy before we respond, because if you are relating with pile 1, being your person might be coming forward wanting some form of reconciliation here, and we might repeat some form of cycle if we still haven't learned what we were needing to learn about surrendering and about our own self-worth. Okay, now if you want to put a boundary because you just want to put a boundary here, but it's a loving, healing one, and you're not wanting to attain, and you feel like this is the right thing, then you can. Then that's an honest thing. But I feel like this message is more, we're depending on the material set of circumstances here to go in a certain way before we can surrender and allow ourselves to be honest and truthful about what we want and that sort of thing. And so I think your eye is on a 10 pentacle, and this has nothing to do with love, this 10 pentacle. Okay, so what are we learning here? We're learning some sort of destined reflection about how to love, how to surrender, how to release blocks and unhealthy things that are keeping us stuck in matrix so that we can ascend. Okay, and the ascension is really shown here by the hangman. So if we're in a period of pause or separation, it's like we need to heal, we need to release and walk away from emotional stories and situations that we're upkeeping. And so this doesn't mean, you know, block this person and shut them out and walk away. It's like walk away from the unhealthy attachment you have and how you engage. with this person, with the situation, because you can become honest and clear and say, here's what I want and here's how I understand it to be, without any sort of, I don't know, like unhealthy ways of dealing with it. Okay, so let's just pile number 2. My goodness, let's give you some guidance and some advice here then. Okay, because I do feel this is your high self, and I do feel like some of you guys are hurt, and some of you guys are really just wanting to have some form of outcome in some way here that you feel you deserve. Okay, but this is like a entitlement to something, and no one's entitled to anything. Okay, so yeah, if you've been invested here, then we invest in people we love, you know, if we really love them. And if we don't want to invest, then we don't have to invest. But I feel like there's a big lesson here, and it's of being of service. And when we're of service, it's from the heart space. We're not of service because we have a big expectation here of a 10 pentacle. Okay, so let's see then. What is this guidance and this advice for pile number 2, Spirit? Clear and concise message. If this is your first time here, I just deliver the energy, okay? This isn't everyone's message, and you don't have to take it if you don't resonate, but I always promise to deliver what I see, and without trying to stoke your unhealthy ways of engagement, unless, of course, you are wanting to stay in some sort of matrix story. But this is all about spirituality, ascension, becoming the greatest version of self, and, of course, being of service so that we can create healing on this earth, not create individual and keep up these dual sort of systems, separation consciousness. Okay, so let's see. What do you have? 5 wands, conflicted, and the death. So we're conflicted and we have mind stories. And this is what's causing the conflict between you and the person you're dealing with. So we might have had a lot of arguments, or we're conflicted, and so maybe we were still unsure what we should do in the situation. Should I block? Should I respond? Should I be nice, or should I be mean, or blah, blah, blah? I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of noise here because you and your person aren't seeing eye to eye. Two different stories, and I feel you want a 10 pentacles is how I see it. Spirit is really saying this is the lesson of transformation. And what are we doing here? This is most likely a spiritual transformation, or a dark night of the soul, or an ego death, or a massive way of releasing ways that aren't working for us. And what doesn't work for us is ego. What doesn't work for us no more is matrix 3D love, fear-based love, attainment, trying to attain someone, trying to hang on to some sort of matrix vision that we have of what something could be. Okay, the lesson here is healing the sacral chakra wounds, which are unhealthy ways to love. Okay, so release, surrender allows there to be a spiritual transformation so that you can become closer to God. And when we're closer to God, we know that we are acting out of a higher state of consciousness and a greater divinity here. Okay, so if you're conflicted about something, what does your heart say? Is it coming from the mind? Is it coming from the heart? Okay, so Page of Cups in reverse, the heart space is closed. The manifestation here with the Magician is as above, so below. So I feel like we want to create something here in the 3D, but our heart is closed. And so if our heart is closed, what are we manifesting? Are we manifesting fear-based love? Are we manifesting for the sake of just having 10 pentacles? But what good is this about learning about unconditional love? What good is this if we're not connected to the divine realms? Because we've already experienced some sort of matrix love here. So what are we manifesting? I feel like there's a need to manifest something here, or you're wanting to. We have a Virgo and Gemini, also communication. So 4 cups, we're rejected, we're disappointed. Someone might have not have shown interest. We're not sure. We want to maybe back down. And then there's the 6 swords, move away. And here's 10 wands. There's the surrender, or we had enough here. There's the judgment in reverse because we need to connect to the divine and we're not seeing the truth of a situation. Okay, so the Ace of Swords and the 7 swords in reverse was us needing to see and be honest, but it's, I feel, is about self. Okay, about self in a situation. Here's the 6 wands in reverse, ego death, and we feel we didn't win. Okay, so message is very clear. You didn't win with this person, and you feel like, I don't know, you're going to take some rash action here, but I feel it's coming from a hurt, rejected place. Okay, and Spirit's saying, I see your heart is still not fully open, because an open heart would not react in this way. This is reacting out of shadow. There's a need to release and deal with the ego and have an ego death when we become very honest and see the truth for what it is. And the truth is Nobody can reject you. You are whole and complete. If somebody is not interested or acts in a shoddy way or whatever, all they're doing is pulling from your subconscious some block or some trauma. And so it's, how do you react to someone's disinterest? How are we reacting? Are we seeing a truth and saying this person is maybe needing to heal themselves? Maybe this person is working on themselves. Maybe this person is just so hurt that they're used to being guarded or blocking people out here. Or they're non-committal or very used to being independent or autonomous here. There's some sort of truth we're not seeing. So we're taking it back to self. And how are we resonating with that untruth? It's bringing out rejection. It's bringing out us feeling like we've hit some sort of snapping point. Okay, but Spirit's saying, well, great, now we hit a snapping point, but we're still not seeing the truth. And the truth here is, if you hit a snapping point, do not let it result in rejection and feeling, you know, like a victim mindset, because this is like the crybaby card, what I didn't get, what I missed out on, what I lost. This isn't ascension. This is reflecting on pains and woe is me. And you're allowed to feel this way. I'm not saying don't. Go ahead. But this is very base sort of spirituality 101. What do we want? We want to embrace some form of greater truth, connect with the divine, raise our level of consciousness, ascend to a greater version by releasing, surrendering to the divine, and understanding that we are whole and complete regardless of what someone else does here, and lean into the heart, because the heart is going to tell you how you feel is true about this person, because I feel like underneath the hurts, there's love. And we haven't opened the love. So how do we expect with the twin card there for a twin or the person who's traumatized? Because twins are all about reflection. Okay, so this person, even if it's not a twin flame, this person is reflecting back to you with the twin. Those are the lovers. They're reflecting back to you a closed heart. Why? Because you're in a closed heart. And so you're rejected. Okay, and so you don't want to be rejected? Well, then let's lean into the heart. What does the heart do? The heart is of service. The heart doesn't hold out. The heart doesn't have any sort of expectation. The heart doesn't have any traumas and blocks. Okay, that's a misnomer. The heart is pure energy when it's open, and if it's closed, that means the bottom chakras are closed. And so we need the energy to flow. Okay, now I always show this because some of you guys might be new here. Here's the chakra system, and so this is especially relevant when we're dealing with the twin flame journey. But if you don't resonate, it's still how energy flows with the chakras. So here's where we house blocks, okay, with the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus. And then we have the heart chakra, which is actually like this, but I put it here just for so you guys can see. And then we have the spiritual chakras here, okay, the throat, third eye, and the crown chakra. So the prana energy, everything runs on energy. Prana energy comes from the root chakra here. If we have blocks, it can't flow up to the top, okay. And so this is why people who are highly spiritual have third eye visions, who are connected to the divine, who have downloads, who are able to express authentically. Okay, and people who are really blocked down here, and then they are sort of inauthentic, they might battle with addictions, they might have issues trusting, being vulnerable, they might be very egoic, you know, might be really tied to material things. This is the lower three. And so as we remove blocks from the lower chakras, the energy, the prana moves to the heart. This is this opening of the heart space, learning to trust the heart. Okay, I feel like your energy is showing blocks in this sacral. And so this is like, I feel rejected. I can't be vulnerable. And if I'm feeling this way, it's like now I hold for myself. I take and I keep this energy, feeling victim. But when we heal this block and we know that we're not a victim, we know we're not being rejected, we love ourselves regardless of how someone reacts here. We allow the energy to flow up to the heart, and we're still of service, and we can still love, and we can still show compassion and unconditional love. This doesn't mean get taken advantage of. This doesn't mean I let this person walk all over me. This just means my energy isn't dictated whether someone's coming or going, giving love or not. My love is constant. How I show it is constant. It has nothing to do with me expecting anything other than me becoming very honest and in my divine, knowing my divinity here and connecting with the divine, with the great truth that we're all connected. Okay, so you and this person are already connected. There's no need to run or block or feel rejected from this person, because I feel like there's a manifestation you want. And so we're looking at it very sort of 3D-ish, like matrixy. I got to build with this person, and if they don't build, then I'm rejected. And that's not true. Okay, that's not true, because we're not just a one-dimensional, two-dimensional, three-dimensional being. We're very multi-dimensional, spiritual, Okay, and on a spiritual level here, you're transitioning out of this 3D sort of matrix world into a higher spiritual evolved version of yourself, which understands about unconditional love, which understands about spirituality. But the energy needs to flow up here so you could see greater truths, speak greater truths. And I feel like it really is wanting to flow also to your throat, because your throat is about authenticity, which we got with the sword and the 7 swords. And I feel like right now you're inauthentic, because your inauthenticity is coming from the ego, which is, I'm going to act towards this person in a way that's either protecting the traumas I have, or say something I don't really feel, because it's not coming from heart, it's coming from a hurt place. So I'm going to block, or I'm going to say something or do something and react because I'm really hurt and I want to protect myself. Meanwhile, here's the heart chakra all around saying, knocking on your door, saying, well, no, that's not authentic. You're not being authentic and loving, because your authenticity comes from the spiritual realm here, and it needs to flow into the 3D realm. As above, so below. Okay, now we know we're aligned with our authenticity when we are connected to our divine being. But when we're just reacting out of trauma and reflective of someone else's energy towards us because they rejected us, that's not spirituality. That's reacting out of traumas. Okay, so right now I feel you're reacting out of a trauma because of your experience with this person, but deeper yet, your experience with this person has brought out a trauma that's been in your sacral of how to engage when you feel rejected or when you feel unloved. And so we're asked to surrender, we're asked to release these sort of traumas, we're asked to open our heart space, we're asked to trust that the universe is going to manifest for us when we're honest, when we can deal with what's there. Okay, when we deal with what's here, the universe has to provide and create something for us. But if we don't see what's there and we're still building in the matrix world of illusion, pain, suffering, we're dealing with what's not there. And we could keep what's not there alive and take up space with that understanding. You get what I'm saying? So if I'm dealing with the traumas and I keep that alive, that understanding, that's all illusion. It's coming from a pained state, which doesn't exist. Once we release and let go, the only thing that's left is the utter truth and the reality, which is your divine being connected to everyone and everything. You're pure, you're not tainted, you're not hurt. Okay, and now we have space, and now we can manifest with this person, because I do feel with the twins and with the lovers, there's something destined here, or with someone else. But the lesson is to heal that, regardless if it's this person or not. It doesn't really matter. Your high self is saying you're learning about opening heart space. Your high self is saying there's a lesson here. And we're more focused right now on something that isn't the lesson, because we're still not seeing from a higher state of consciousness and accepting a greater reality. So this doesn't mean be in denial and say, oh yeah, this person didn't do what they did. Sure, they did what they did. Great. But how are we now engaged? You know, are we accepting how they are, as they are, and then not reacting from a hurt place? That's a reality. Are we keeping up an illusion because we want to see something in a certain way, you know, and then we engage, because that keeps us in a state of suffering. And I feel like you missed out or you lost on something here. Okay, but really we're talking about an ego death. So your high self wants you to shed the ego. Let's remove those responses. Okay, so I do feel there's just one more message. One more message then for beautiful pile number 2. What do they need to know here, Spirit? And maybe, yeah, you're on the verge of saying or doing something here, or just really hurt and rejected. And so your high self really wanted to pull through here with this message to tell you, hey, like, what are you seeing here? 4 Pentacles. It needs to let go and surrender. You know, like, let go of the story. Let go of the 3D matrix, because Pentacles all this matrix thing. And so we're hanging on to an understanding or a belief we have of what we want to see, and we're imbalanced, and we still need to heal. So we're blocking the healing as long as we get in the way with that sort of mentality. 8 Swords, yeah. Free yourself from limiting thoughts. It's your own self getting in the way here. Okay, and this is all about healing, balance, and being able to come together with something else, someone else, to create magic in this world once the healing is balanced. Masculine, feminine coming together to create something of substance. We're imbalanced. We're not fully healed. We need to let go. We need to come out of the mindset that says victim mentality, or that says it's limited in some way, because we're not limited. We're divine beings, unlimited. Here's the Knight of Cups. And so the Knight of Cups is about how we express and show love. if you're feeling love, be able to express it. That's it. This is pure, authentic emotions, unfiltered. Okay, look at the fish. So I feel like we don't know where it's going. And maybe we want to know what the 10 Pentacles, what's it going to build to? When's it safe for me to come out of my walls? This is sort of aimless. I'm not quite sure. And it's like, regardless of whether you know where it's going, if this is all about the surrender. Surrender is like, I don't know. I have faith in the divine. I trust. That's the lesson. I trust that I'm being guided despite me having known all the steps here. And I can express myself authentically and show love. Okay, Knight of Cups shows love, expresses themselves. So I feel like there's a need for you to express yourself, and don't limit yourself here, okay? But also don't expect that because you're going to express love here, that if this person reacts in a way and you're like, oh, they rejected me. It's like, yeah, well, it doesn't matter if they reject you or not. That's inconsequential. What matters is being authentic, communicating your truth, and allowing yourself to experience whatever they dish out at you without attaching to that as something that means anything. You know, they rejected me and now therefore I'm closed, or therefore, no, that's just your trauma that needs to be healed. That's that Temperance in reverse. It needs to be healed. 7 Wands. Yeah, drop your defenses. Okay, you're fighting for the wrong camp. I think you're fighting for the matrix belief, the mind story, the victim story, and your high self is saying, drop your wands, surrender, express your feelings. Things will work out for you. Trust this, okay? Trust it. That's how you heal. Beautiful pile 2. I hope this helped you. Like I said, not for everyone. If you're drawn to another pile, go ahead. I do feel this is the flip person from pile number 2, which I do feel someone here has been, you know, kind of removed emotionally. But go check that out, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 3. You guys got the Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful. Let's get into this energy. I have pre-shuffled oracle cards that I've not looked at, but I do want to pick up what's coming through so far. We have the universe handing us something here. I feel it's out of nowhere. Okay, like a pentacle here is the seed for something, an opportunity for something to manifest. And this is the hand of the universe coming, like I said, out of nowhere. So what is it? I do feel these readings were meaning to come out today because there is an urgency for whatever reason. It couldn't wait for tomorrow. So I do feel in all 3 piles, maybe there's a reason why it had to come today. So I don't know, like if it's a surprise, then why are we spilling the beans is my question, but let's take a look and see. So we have the tier number 52, or the number 7. So 7's about faith, wisdom, reflection, understanding. The tier. Okay, and then we have the uncreated. So yeah, look, this is the opportunity to manifest something that's uncreated right now. So this is 43. 43 could be a significant number or an age. It's also 7. So we have 2 7s, and 7 is trust the fall. It's a master number. 77, an adventure that arises from deep wisdom, trust of life and trust of self. So something about trusting. Abundance. Wow, look at that. The treasure chest, and you have 2 people. So one person has like a magnet or something that's able to pull from the great the treasure, and this person looks like they're helpless or hopeless. Abundance. Yellow is the solar plexus chakra. So we have destroyer, light attributes, releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for a new life. Oh my goodness. Volcano. Shadow attributes, intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. Uncreated and destroyer. So this is almost something at full potential, being destructed or destroyed. And then this is something that hasn't been even born yet. Are we in the middle of a deconstruction so we can have something born? I do feel it's like this, though. Let's see. We have Komodo dragon. Answer your wake-up call. Oh my goodness. A universe giving you a wake-up call here. Bat. Face your fears. Oh my goodness. So bats are highly spiritual. Getting High Priestess from this. Pisces energy. I'm also getting Earth energy. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Face your fears. Fears of what? Unknown. dragonfly. So the dragonfly talks about seeing through illusions. It could be seen through our fears. It also talks about transformation, air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And we have the rat will lead you to repressed things. So the rat could be like a voice of our own self, sort of eating away at our confidence, or the fear eating away at some sort of belief or some understanding we might be hanging on to that might be destroying some part of something. Namib sand gecko. This little lizard's webbed feet helps to dig deep burrows in the sands of the Namib Desert in southern Africa. This gecko ventures onto the surface only at night. Oh, the bats go out at night. Okay. When the temperature drops to hunt insects and spiders, its translucent skin helps it to blend into the landscape, and its large eyes with vertical pupils give it good night vision. So the bat's vision, they can actually see, despite, I guess, what they say is blind as a bat, like in the nighttime here through sonar. So there's something with the eyes here about seeing in a different way. But we also have another lizard here with the Komodo dragon. It's a big lizard. So what, lizards have difficult environments, maybe lacking in I don't know, it's kind of dry, so lacking something here potentially. Let's see. And we have the blue whale, the largest living animal on Earth. The blue whale feeds on krill and small crustaceans that it filters through its baleen hard pellets covering its upper jaw. It spends the summer in polar waters, abundant in food sources, and travels to more temperate regions in the winter to breed. When it comes up to the surface to breathe, it projects a jet of air and water more than 9 meters, 30 feet high. Wow, I guess that's through its blowhole. And we have the skunk. So skunks could be quite defensive. And we have the black and the white. Hermit crab. Hermit crabs could also be defensive, although the hermit crab comes out of its shell when it goes looking for another shelter. So it uses whatever it finds here as its home. So we are getting some Cancer energy and some Earth. Falcon. Act on the opportunity that's before you and commit to it without equivocation. Equivocation. I can't say that very fast 3 times. Equivocation. What does that say? Falcon, peregrine. Falcons are very intelligent birds here, and it could speak about being ascended, but having also that vision we were talking about. Knowing when to act, being precise. Buffalo spirits, the abundant universe will provide. Abundance coming through again. Number 10. 10 is all about completions, ends of cycles, transformation. And we have the badger spirit, be fearless and be bold. So something else about having to conquer some form of fear. Okay, number 4. 4 is about stability. 4 is emperor, getting empowered, stability, structure. First chakra. Archangel Michael. So the first chakra is the root chakra. 35, or the number 8. 8's about movement, change, attainment, strength, courage. It's also the tower, so the falling away of the false. And we have the temple path. Wow, number 12 or the number 3. The temple path. Okay, I do want some tarot as well, although we don't have a lot of space here. But let's see, Spirit, for pile 3, can we get some tarot as well for this message pulling through for pile number 3? Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. What is it that this person, and who is this person wanting to come through to communicate for pile number 3? Okie dokie. 6 cups. Page of Swords, 7 Pentacles in reverse, the Star, Aquarius energy, 5 Pentacles and 7 Wands in reverse. Wowzers. Okay. Sorry, I know you guys aren't going to be able to really see here, but that's... I'm going to do... Okay, let me sit with this energy and see what comes through. Okay. Six of Cups, what's under that? The Knight of Swords. I do feel a lot of the similar energy I felt in pile 1. You might have been pulled to pile 1. Only if you're called, then you might want to go there. I feel like this, it could be pile 1's higher self. So interesting, yes, because I feel like pile 1, 2, and 3 are all connected to one sort of connection, is really what I feel. Okay, from two people's point of view, and then this one is high self. So this high self is coming through to communicate something to you. Take it as it resonates for you. Don't try to make it fit in any other way, but this is how I'm going to read it, okay? So your high self here is identifying there's a fear here, and the fear here is in the uncreated thing that could happen for you, that could lead to something absolutely beautiful here. But I feel like there's a lot of fear getting in the way. And so we see the opportunity that we're being blessed with by the universe, and we're being called to take this leap of faith and trust the divine to allow things to move. And I feel like there is like this navigating in the blind, or we're not quite sure. But I feel like what Spirit's really showing is we're too much in the energy, or have been in the energy, of seeing what couldn't work, and it's eroded some greater truth within us. And so the longer we were in that state of believing some version of ourselves, I don't know, not good enough, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm not confident enough, what's going to happen here, we're creating some form of something and giving something life that's not true. And so there's a need to know whatever mind speak we have that's eroded our confidence, or that made us feel like we couldn't see, is actually an illusion here, that we can actually see, but we've refused to see, and we're most likely building up our courage to take some form of action here. Okay, and I feel like we might have been very defensive, and we're now sort of trying to make a decision here to expose ourselves, where we have to let go of the protective coat or mechanism that we've used in the past. And we feel very vulnerable and maybe very exposed here. Okay, but Spirit is saying we have to let go and completely deconstruct an old system that we were using to protect ourselves, because it caused nothing but pain and suffering, and was our own thoughts, our own stories, our own understandings. And all this did was erode a part of ourselves here that we detached from, which could have been our confidence, or ability to make things happen, or understand that we actually have an ability for us to attain and go after what we want here. And so the universe is telling you, the universe will provide. That means you're going to have the abundance that the universe wants to give to you. Okay, but are we in the energy of this guy or this girl? Because one of them is just like listening to the rat, doesn't have its tool, is kind of looking at what it's missing out on and feeling like, woe is me. And look, he has a little bottle here. So it's like he's rather be a victim here, or stick to some form of sabotage. Whereas this girl's like, I'm going to work with the universe, and I create something here, which is trusting in my confidence to create the thing from the uncreated, rather than listening to the rat or whatever. The same thing I always do with this bottle here. So I feel like there's a need to put down the defenses. Okay, the skunk here and the 7 wands. And I feel like we could still really lean into this victim mentality if we want, and let it get to us with the voice, because I feel we feel bad about something. But spiritually saying, we could continue feeling bad about something until we do something about it. And so there is this root chakra block, I feel. And the root chakra block is making us make decisions here, which I feel is sabotage. It's not in our best interest. So we keep destroying beautiful things, or we keep destroying opportunities here. And I feel like it always results in some sort of sadness, some sort of sabotage. And so I feel like the universe is giving you this 8 Pentacles, kind of fell in your lap. You'll know what this is about already, because I feel this is what this pile is about. And the high self here is saying, this is your wish and this is your vision. If this is something that you want, you have to align yourself with trusting your own ability to lean into this thing. And some of you guys might have gave up. Some of you guys might have thought you don't have what it takes with the rat here, or just you see this star and you're just in the face of it, not wanting to put together what you need to in order to attain your vision. And so your high self is saying, come to this understanding. Okay, allow yourself to understand the truth here and work with the truth. There's a need to communicate and understand things differently. And this will lead you to your star and a future here that you can see that you might felt you couldn't deserve, or that you didn't understand or know what to do. Okay, it's like you don't really need to know what to do here so much as to trust the universe to go from the uncreated to working with the universe, with the flow, because you will know when to do what you need to do here. Okay, the reason why you feel like you don't know, or like you gave up, or that this is so distant and undeserving, is because you have blocks in the root chakra, which lead to destructive things. Okay, destructive things sabotaging you, and it leads to a lot of sadness here. It leads to you feeling like you're missing out. And so whatever's happening here to align you with your dream, with this beautiful temple path, it's going to guide you. Source is going to guide you. The universe will provide with abundance here. It's yours for the taking. Okay, and trust that your intuition will guide you. You don't need to see, is what Spirit's saying, because you already know intuitively that this is for you. And so just be led by your intuition. That is the guidance here, because you'll know when to act. But I feel like there's a outburst of emotions here that's been held back, or held, I don't know, that needs to come out, or that have been blocked for some reason here. And I feel like Spirit is saying there's a need to allow yourself to express yourself here, okay, to answer this call from the universe. And so I feel like you might have upkept an environment for yourself that hasn't been fulfilling, because you might have felt you were deserving of it, but I feel like it's very cold, very dry. And I feel like Spirit is saying there's like a lot of emotions, a lot of love, a lot of expressed feelings here that could change a very dry sort of situation, or a desolate situation. And so I feel like, yeah, there's a need to really allow ourselves to innocently show, love, and allow ourselves to express this and confront what we need to confront. That's all we need to do, and everything else will sort of happen. But I feel like if we start listening to the same voice that erodes our confidence, or that keeps tearing away at some sort of version of yourself here, which won't allow you to trust your intuition, then I feel like we'll end up, like in some sort of mode here where I feel you've already experienced that hasn't been providing to you. And so the universe is like, I'm providing to you this thing, but it's up to you to accept it. It's up to you to be fearless. And the bold here is to confront, to be able to identify, confront, and take action. Okay, so yeah, your star is your wish. And I feel like the reason you're not is really due to fear here with this first chakra, the root chakra, and some fear that we've been feeding on, or that we've allowed to creep in with our self-speak here. Okay, so you're about to create something beautiful here, I feel, with this temple path, but you can't be absent emotionally, because I feel like there's been a holding back of feelings. And I feel like you might not trust where you're going because you don't see it. And you might also think, is this too good to be true, or some sort of illusion? And your star there is showing that, no, this is, the universe is giving you this wish. There's future potential here. And there's a lot of healing to be had with the star. Okay, something very destined. But the tool here is in your hands, because the universe can only hand it to you. What do you do to grab it? It's handed to you. It's in front of you right now, I feel. So what do? We got to be bold and grab that. We got to grab that. But it's there. So Spirit, what does pile 3 need to know? Final message here for pile 3 from their high self. So this is your high self coming through, because maybe you need a confidence boost. That Ace of Wands. So we didn't go after it, or we suppressed their desire. We suppressed our desire. Spirit, clear and concise message here for beautiful pile number 3. What is this message from their high self? Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. We'll take the one that revealed itself, the King of Cups. A lot of love from the King of Cups. That's Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Why is this Ace Wands here in reverse? Okay. And the 4 Cups. And the 3 Swords. Oh my goodness. Yes, all connected. Spirit's so interesting. Okay. Pile number 3. You experience a lot of pain at one point in time. Okay. And if you don't remember, it's trapped pain with the 3 Swords. And it's an experience we had that blocks our ability to trust because we don't want to be hurt. We don't want to be rejected, and we experience hurt. I feel like you have a lot of blocks in your root chakra. You experience pain. I don't know. We might have come from a broken home. We might have not have experienced love as we were younger, or our past lives with something. And so we had a hard time connecting. It's a lot of pain and fear of rejection, I feel here. And so we might have pushed out loved ones. You sabotage yourself. But now we're sitting on the outside looking, thinking maybe we don't deserve love. Maybe we've rejected people, wanting to get close. But it stemmed from this pain. So I feel like we didn't take action. Or we didn't pursue someone here that I feel we have a lot of love for. So the King of Cups loves very, very deeply. And look, the fish tying me back to pile number 2, because I feel that might be your person. And I feel like pile number 1 is, like I said, your energy most likely. But this is, yeah, all tied here, okay? So lots of love, inability to take direction because we're floundering in some way. But are we listening to the rat and the part of us that's eroding our confidence? And we're thinking we're blind, and so we don't know how to navigate, and so we're sort of helpless and floundering here in some way, because the King of Cups loves, but isn't sure how to take direction. You're not sure how to take action here on your passion, and Spirit's coming through with your high self saying, trust that your intuition will guide you. Trust that you'll be successful. Trust that why you feel this way is because of these blocks that you've experienced, this pain that you've experienced here that you're working on releasing. Yeah, this is confronting. Okay, confronting what we need to confront, not pushing out or running away or blocking or resisting or fighting. King of Wands, confidence. So the King of Wands has success because he is very determined to win at the end of the day. It's the confidence. He might not have a plan, but he thinks as he goes. And he successfully achieves exactly what he wants because his inability to stop and his confidence in himself to complete whatever he needs to. So I feel like Spirit is saying there's a need to take action right now in something you've suppressed or haven't pursued, because you might be telling yourself that you don't have what it takes or you don't have the confidence. And Spirit's saying lean into this. Have the courage. Okay, have the courage. And you might be letting your ego get in the way of, I don't want to be rejected, or I remember when I was hurt, or something like this. And so let's not lead with the ego so much as let's be confident in our ability to pursue something we really are fired up about, because we have a lot of deep love. And so as long as we have a lot of deep love, we can accomplish and achieve something we really want and be successful here. But not if we listen to the rat and sabotage yourself. So this is what we need to deconstruct, this idea. Yeah, look, this Queen of Wands. So we have the King and Queen of Wands. So there's a power couple here. Someone we feel is our other half. And maybe we feel like this person, I don't know, doesn't want us, or we feel like we can't be up to this person's level or show them value, or something about this Queen of Wands here you feel is, I don't know, not going to accept you or want you, or, but I feel like you two are cut from the same cloth. This is the power couple. And so your high self is coming through saying you have to believe in yourself. And look, we have a black cat here. It could be significant. Black cat could be the shadow self. Maybe you feel like you're not to this person's level to be able to confidently step up, you know, but that would be your own rat. And so your high self is confirming to you, like, that is your rat. That's what needs to be destroyed. Confront this. Confront this person. Confront the truth. Confront your pain. And so what? Let's say you're rejected here. You've confronted your pain. You've leaned into the courage, because the King of Wands is very courageous. He doesn't shy away thinking, well, what if the answer is no? Or what if I get rejected? Like, that doesn't stop the King of Wands. Queen of Pentacles and the 7 Cups in reverse. So we have two queens here. And this could be representing two sides of an individual. Okay, so take what story resonates here for you. I feel like you might be seeing your person as too good for you, or someone that you can't reach at their level, or who's not interested in you, or you to be rejected. Meanwhile, I feel like this person is reflective here as a Queen of Pentacles, someone you can rely on and build on, and someone who is pretty stable, grounded, earthly, practical. Okay, and so we might be looking at another side of this person, the one that's like, I got to fill these big shoes, or that you put on a pedestal, or they're too good for me, or too attractive, or too whatever. And it's like, well, this person is here capable of, you know, entertaining whatever it is that you're coming forward with, but your rat is telling you a bigger story about this person. Okay, so you're being asked to confront this. Now, some of you guys might have two people in your world here, and maybe you're thinking, well, I got to depend on some other person here in the practical realm here. And so you're not listening to your passion, or you're not listening to the fire that you have towards something that you feel deeply about. And so you're making some sort of safe bet here. Okay, and Spirit is saying, like, then we're giving into this Three Swords, because we're not listening to our heart and we're not going after a passion. And so if we're materially sort of dependent on someone here, then are we really trusting the universe will provide abundance? And we think that this is the only abundance we can sort of have or create. And so we miss out on what the universe really is handing to us, not trusting that the abundance will come. And so we're sort of sticking to the safe bet person, or the person who pays the bill in some way here. But I feel like it's at the expense of something. And so we might not be clear, or we might be confused. And Spirit's saying, get out of your 7 cups. You know, like we might have a fantasy about, again, the star, the vision of how it could be in the future, but we're not making it happen. And so it becomes a fantasy. It stays a fantasy. We keep it open-ended. We don't pick. We don't choose. We stay in confusion. And your high self says, choose. Choose wisely. Are we choosing to protect ourselves because of the pain and we don't want rejection? Or are we actually following what we're passionately feeling on a deep soul level here, even if we don't know exactly where it's going to lead to, because our confidence needs to be there to achieve, and not see a person in a situation here that's too far away or not good enough for us. That's what we find out. And then the universe rewards you. Okay, it doesn't keep you in this sort of state, because I feel like this state is worse. Open-ended, confusion, heartache, rejection. Yeah, 8 Pentacles in reverse. So we need to understand where we can commit ourselves and dedicate ourselves to that isn't upkeeping some rat story. Okay, the rat story, the belief here. We have to deconstruct that. And so I feel like your high self is really showing, like, don't invest energy in areas here that upkeep some victim mentality or some rejection story that you have, because it's not going to allow you to lead you to this beautiful temple path here. Okay, so be fearless, make a decision, make a wise decision based on your heart and your passion. Don't suppress, and take action, because by taking action is the only way you're really going to find out and clear the noise here through all of this confusion. Okay, and if you have this safe bet, it's like, well, the safe bet is listening to your heart. Okay, not the material only, that's lack mindset. It's like, if I follow my heart and my passion, then I know it's something I could depend on. And I feel this person is someone you can depend on. But not if we are looking at the things that aren't going to work, or looking at it from a skewed lens of this person being out of our league or something like this. Okay, so pile number 3. This is your reading. I hope this resonated for you. And I want to take this time to thank our spirit guides, your spirit team, spirit, your high selves, people who pulled through here. And I wish you guys a very Merry Christmas. I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye.